Welcome, Kletus Roadside Service. We're doing the same thing we started to do yesterday. Uh, I I got confirmation that the job is good to do today. Taking the walking floor trailer down south, not too far south, but a little further, a little south, like, well, it says about a half hour south. Not nothing crazy. Grab as many loads as I possibly can from this warehouse and take it to the landfill with the walking floor. It's going to be pallets of, I don't know. I'm not sure what the fuck it is, but I know I'm supposed to go there and get it. Got my truck warmed up. Well, it's not warmed up very much quite yet, but it's on its way there. It's going to be warm here in a second. My car warms up quick. I'm really happy about my car. You know, by the time I get on the highway, it hasn't registered that it's getting warm yet, but as long as it's a 6 speed, keep it in fifth. Keep it in fifth on the highway. It'll warm up quick. And one other thing that I found is that if you drive in sixth gear on the highway for an extended period of time, it doesn't get hot enough. And you're gonna run all of the heat out of your heater core, and you're gonna be like, "Motherfucker, why is it blowing cold now? This is not right." So you got to drop her back down to fifth gear, and just give her a couple of. It doesn't sound like that at all, but give her a little bit of throttle. It's a four-cylinder. It doesn't sound like that. It sounds like. Even that isn't even good, but yeah, give her a little throttle in fifth, and you'll get some warmth. And you might as well just leave her in fifth gear, because as long as you leave it in fifth gear, the RPMs are high enough that it's going to heat up and open up that thermostat and let that nice warm engine coolant go into the heater core system and warm your little fingers up. It's almost exactly the same as yesterday, except this is further than I made it yesterday, but I am still spitting into a glove because I forgot to put fucking waters in this truck. Not a problem. And, well, I fueled it up also yesterday, which is good. And today, since yesterday I had a bunch of gelling issues, and I don't want gelling issues today, I went ahead and threw a whole bottle of diesel treatment and a whole bottle of diesel 911 in my tank, full tank, and it's already been treated for a while. So I'm hoping that the combination of those three things with my diesel, it's actually four things, because our diesel's treated at our shop. We treat it after we fuel it, and then I treated it with the 911 shit and a whole nother bottle of treatment before I took off today, because this truck sat outside. It is -3. It was like -8 when I got in my car. My car was like, choo, 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 choo. I was like, please fire the fuck up. If you don't fire the fuck up, I'm gonna be so sad. And then I park in the street now because my wife might need to go places and stuff. So I just park my car in the street, and I'm not, after the end of the night, she's not going to go anywhere, but I don't want to go outside just to move my car from the street into my driveway. Where I park, it's a pretty good spot. I don't think it's in the way of anybody. And I park it off to the side, like in the snow a little bit, because they haven't shoveled the roads all the way to the edge of the road yet, which our neighborhood would actually be ideal to do that because we have no curbs. There's no curbs. You can run it right off into the ditch because everybody has a ditch in their yard. So I don't know why the snowplows haven't come through and just shoved everything into the ditch, because it would almost double our road width right now. Because right now it's like a one-lane road with all the snow. Nobody wants to drive in the ice and snow on the sides, which it's all ice now. It's not snow really anymore. Just the gravity of everything has just pushed it down into ice now. And, well, I parked my car in there because it doesn't look very menacing. It's just like a couple inches of ice on the side of the road. Um, but where I park hasn't been touched by anybody but me so far yet. So I don't know. This morning I almost got stuck. I really, my car was like, I'm not warm yet. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. We got to go. And it's like, it's spinning. It's like, look, I'm stuck. I can't go yet. And I'm like, we have to go. It's time to go to work. We got to go. And it was like, fine. And I don't know. It broke free and got out. Everything went well. And I called the guy at work that had done this job many times before. I'm like, yo, why did they not have me do this yesterday? Because I still didn't get an answer on why I didn't do the job yesterday. I just wasn't going to question it. I was like, we're not doing it? Great. Wonderful. I'd rather do shit here at the shop anyways. But yesterday was because they, I guess Friday night or Friday, whatever, they didn't restock loads for our company to do for Monday. So Monday they were just like, oh yeah, we don't have anything ready to go. I thought it might have been for the holiday. It was Martin Luther King Day. But no, it was just they didn't have shit ready to go. So I called to make sure shit was going to be ready today, and he said, yeah, things are ready to go. So everything should be good today. I'm getting on I-35 now. I saw a police chase yesterday on my way home. It's a little white Kia right here. And it took I-35 north, then it went up. I don't know where the fuck it went, but it went up that way. And then this morning, I heard about the police chase, and I'm guessing it's the same police chase. There's 3 males under the age of 18 stole a Kia, whatever the fuck, and they got caught on K10 or something. Yeah, those Kias are easy to fucking steal. I'm telling you, spitting in a glove is not ideal. You got to kind of use both hands. I have not fallen off of a wagon or anything, but I'm telling you right now, coffee with whipped cream, not on the top, mixed in, is fucking delicious. Obviously, it sounds delicious. Usually I just have black coffee, but I don't know. The other day at home, it was over the weekend, I wanted a cup of coffee in the morning, and I was like, I'll give myself a little treat. And I threw a couple of spoonfuls of whipped cream out of a tub into my coffee. And now it's like, as long as we have whipped cream, I'm putting that motherfucking shit in my coffee. I know it's not, I'm not, I'm not being healthy. I still have not been able to get back on track with anything. I'm still just eating like a glutton, kind of. The pizza party I went to on Sunday, I ate a lot of pizza. I guess I'm not super gluttonous, but I'm just eating like I normally would have before. I'm not giving a shit about any calories or sugars or anything like that. I'm just eating the way I want to eat, and I don't know. I'm happy, but I know I'm not happy with the way I'm not going to get better. That's what I'm not happy with. I'd like to get better. I'd like to be a little better, and I'm not. It's not going that way. It's not going to go that way. I don't think I'm going to get much worse, but I'm not going to get better, and I would like to get better. I'd like to be. I don't know. I probably have a really unrealistic view, but I'd like to say. Never mind. I'm not even going to say it because that's so fucking dumb. Why would I think that I would be in better shape with older years? I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, eventually when things smooth out. I don't know what smooth out means though. I feel like things are just chaotic all the fucking time, and I keep giving myself this unrealistic view that things are going to be different in the future and they're going to be better. And I'm just continuing down the same path that I always have. And now I'm 34. Uh, I don't, I don't know if I really want to make a change. I need to start doing that, today. But I got this whole cup of coffee I got to drink, so I won't be starting it exactly today. But for lunch, cheese sticks, beef sticks, and pork rinds. That's what I ate yesterday. I also had 4 hard-boiled eggs. I did hop into the company kitchen and snag a granola bar. Whoopsies. That was an accident. And then last night we had Chick-fil-A for dinner, which was pretty good. Pretty fucking good. I don't know. Wintertime just makes me feel like I need to eat a lot of calories. I'm just making up excuses. Just making up excuses is what I'm doing. I'm good at it. I'm good at making up excuses and lying to myself and then lying enough that I believe it. But regardless, I'm 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 doing good. I'm alert. I'm happy. I think, and we're working. We're having a good day. It's cold as fuck, but I'm out here doing it. I'm running my truck. I'm gonna have I don't know, probably kind of easy day today. Tomorrow I gotta run 255, which is our newer roll-off truck, but it's been having a lot of issues. But I gotta run it, uh, pick up a Hasload dumpster and take it to Hannibal, Missouri, which is quite a ways away. I'm gonna have a nice long just driving day tomorrow. Today, I'm kind of curious on how things are gonna go today because I'd like to get off early, but from what I heard from the other guy is that the landfill closes at 5:30 or 6, something like that, and the place where I'm picking up closes at 5. So it's not. I don't know. I don't know how things are going to work out. Hopefully, it works out to where I can get home before 5:30. I don't think that's going to happen. But my son has a karate tournament. We signed him up for karate. He's so fucking excited. I cannot wait for him to get in there and do some stuff. But I was like, it's just, it's really just daycare with a little bit of learning is what I thought it was going to be. And now I don't know what it's going to be exactly quite yet. But the instructor sent out a memo saying parents and guardians or whoever brings the kid, you're not allowed to be in the room except for the first deal and the last deal. So, missing, I don't know. I still want to be there, but I don't know. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be great. He's going to go in. And it's because of distraction. I understand. A lot of these moms these days are my age, and a lot of women my age these days, and even younger, and some older, are fucking idiots. Okay, I mean they're good moms, but Jesus, they just want to yell at their kid. Hey, kick, Mason, kick, Mason, look at me, smile, Mason. It's like, all right, yeah. The instructor's like, we're not gonna have any of that shit going on, okay? You all go out to your cars. Your kids are gonna be fine. We'll bring them out afterwards, and then you can talk to them and figure out what they learned and everything. But my son is so fucking excited, and I'm excited for him. I'm so excited for him. This is what I dreamed out of all the things that my son could do, Boy Scouts would be one thing that would be really cool to get him involved with. Uh, it's a little culty. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little culty, but at least he's learning skills and methods and things in Boy Scouts, or just Scouts now. But I don't care if girls are in there; they're still going to be doing the same stuff, and they're little kids. As you get older, yeah, it gets more serious. But I was like, I want to get him into some sort of a martial art at a young age, get him excited into it, and keep him going. The problem is, I want him to learn it. I want him to get involved. I want him to be excited about it, but I don't want him to compete. And not that he's going to compete. And I mean, we might, hold him away from doing that. But it's like, also, if that's what he wants to do. I don't want him to get concussed. I want him to learn how to defend himself, how to have confidence to walk around. I didn't do karate. I did a little bit of Boy Scouts. I didn't do karate. I'm not a guy that I think most people would walk up and just try to fuck with. I mean, I was a little nerdy in middle school, but in high school, I wasn't super nerdy. I was weight training and shit. I had an excitement to do some stuff, and I'm wishing if I could go back. I mean, I wouldn't, but if I did go back, if I went back to that last save game or whatever, and I was in high school, I'd sign up for the wrestling team, because wrestling and grappling is a high commodity. So I wish I would have done that, and then maybe got into some sort of a martial art. I wouldn't be as fat as I am today. That would be a plus. But I also wouldn't. My whole life would totally be different if I did anything different. So I'm happy the way everything worked out. But for my son, this is his first go around. I want to get him involved. I want him to learn how to defend himself. I want him to learn how to defend others. I want him to walk around with confidence that he can probably take anybody else in the room, but have the smarts to not use it unless needed. There's a lot of kids in high school and just school in general that just want to fight everybody, and they want to show off how tough they are. And I'd like my son to be one of those guys that's like, yeah, you can pick on me a little bit, but when it comes down to the real deal, I can fucking lay your ass out. I have years of training on how to subdue people, and I would think jiu-jitsu would be really cool, because I believe jiu-jitsu. I listened to enough Joe Rogan to know this, but I don't really know it exactly yet. But, you don't have to hurt people. You just learn how to get out of the way and, contain people without hurting them. And that's the most, instead of just knocking everybody out, that's just going to get you in trouble. But if you can, get them pulled up onto the ground and just hold them there and just say, hey, are you ready to fucking quit? Because I can fucking beat the shit out of you really easily. I don't want to do that, though. But I can, he's not going to get hurt. The attacker's not going to get hurt. And nobody's going to go to prison. We got a long ways to go for that. He's 5. But he's going to be turning 6 while doing this class. So I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. And I hope that this just draws him in and he gets addicted to it. And it's expensive. This one isn't. This is just karate. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. This is just tiny kid karate. It's just, like I said, it's probably going to be mostly daycare, but I'm excited for it. I just hope this sparks something in his mind. He loves, I got him a punching bag. Not this Christmas, last Christmas. He got a punching bag with punching gloves. He loved that thing. He doesn't play with it all that often, but when he does, he just goes at it. But I'm like, he's a kid, so there's no technique there. He's just punching the bag, and he leaves himself wide open. But I don't know, maybe with this, I'll get that little punching bag aired back up, bring it back upstairs, and let him show me some stuff. And that's today. So hopefully today I can get off and get there in time. If not, not a big deal. Mom and sister's going to be there. It's going to be cool to watch. I think he would love to have me there. I mean, my son, he loves me unconditionally. He is, I'm not afraid to admit that. He absolutely loves me. Now, both of my kids adore me. So, and I adore them even more. So, I'm just, I'd like to be there. I'd like him to be able to see me participating with him. And I'd like to be there so I can be one of the first people he talks to after class to tell me how excited he is about what he learned and show me some moves and stuff, because he can't perform those moves on mom or sissy. So that's he needs to have me there. I could take a little bit of the hits from him and not and be happy with him. Um, so excited, man. Yeah, my wife, she wants him to get into sports and stuff, and I mean, yeah, I'm for it. Whatever sports you want to play, go ahead if you're interested in them. I just don't have any sports blood in me at all. There's nothing there. I really wish. Even NASCAR, I'm not even that excited about NASCAR. People would be like, "Oh, well, you're just into like racing and stuff." I'm like, I do like racing. I guess I'd be more into rock crawling if it's a motorsport. Truck driving, I like muscle cars. I like fast shit. I like watching Cletus McFarland, but I mean, I don't know. My slow ass, loud ass piece of shit trucks get me more excited than anything else. And taking them off road and just driving through some shit is what I would enjoy. Um, Monster trucks are cool. I don't really watch a lot. I just don't watch anything. I don't really have a thing that I'm about, which kind of sucks. But it also leaves me open that I'm into a little bit of everything except for sport. I do not give a fuck about sports, and that really bothers people that I live in Kansas City, and they're like, "How about them Chiefs? Did you see fucking wide receiver fucking throw that ball the fucking thing over there?" And I'm like, I don't. No, I did not watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't give a fuck about it. I really don't. I just don't want to talk about it. I don't want to spend any time on that. I don't care. Basketball? Nah, I don't know. I don't know anything. Tall guys, really fucking tall people, throwing a orange ball around. I think it's normally orange. I don't know. They like shoes and stuff. I don't. The shoes make you jump higher or something. I don't know. Soccer's exciting. That's the sport that I got into probably the most, only because I had good people on my team whenever I played, and I was not good at it, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on most of the time. But our team made it second in state for our division, which was pretty fucking cool. My parents were kind of annoyed that we had to drive around. I did. I was like, I don't know. They called me the wall because I always got in the fucking way of the ball. Which, hey, it helped out sometimes. Sometimes it helped out. I think every single game we were in, I was in the direct path of a ball, and I knew not to use my fucking hands, so I would just let it hit my fucking face. Um, I guess I'm gonna take this exit here. Yeah, As long as this car decides to take their exit also. Turn left here, take it down, go down to that road, and then turn on another road, and then I think I'll be there. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I don't know. Soccer was the one I got into the most, but I still don't care about it at all. I don't even know of like sports teams around here. I guess the other day I was talking about St. Louis having a sports team, and I said it was the Raiders or something. I don't even know. Is it Rams or something? Some St. Louis football team that left because they're that fucking shitty ass fucking city. Uh, I don't know why they left. It probably wasn't that, but it's a fucking shitty place. I don't blame them. They got the fuck out of there and they went to some California place, which is fucking even more. And it's like, oh, California's better than St. Louis? That's fucking weird. And then we got the Royals and the Chiefs, but they're like working on a. They're like, our stadium's falling to pieces. Should we fix it or move? And a lot of, I don't know. And the where the stadiums are, this is where I can get into it a little bit. The stadium, where the stadiums are, is a fucking shitty part of town. There's nothing to do there. I don't know if they wanted to keep the stadiums here so bad, right where they're at, right next to each other. It would be a lot harder for them to decide to move if there wasn't some sort of infrastructure built up around it. Like, where are the nice bars where fucking white people are going to want to go after a game? Right now, if you go to a bar out there after a game, you're going to get shot in the face. There's one, like two shitty fucking fast food restaurants where they just don't, you order the food and you don't get it. You order, you pay, and then they're just like, well, there's no food here. Sorry. It's like, what the fuck? There's one gas station. You have to walk across the road. People got hit on that fucking road by cars, drunk people leaving the fucking football game or baseball game or whatever. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? You guys are. This cup is really annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna just stay on this for a while. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just a dummy. I'm obviously don't have control of anything. If I could have control of anything, city related, it would be the lines on the road. You know, that's where I want to be. I don't even want to redo the roads. I just want to redo the lines in a lot of spots because redoing the lines and maybe even some signs could really help out the flow of traffic in this fucked up city. Okay, there's traffic for no reason. If there was I firmly believe if there's a couple of lines and signs in the correct spots with somebody with a little bit of common goddamn sense, a lot of the traffic issues that I run into would be non-existent. But I don't know. Yeah, so stadiums, I don't know. They're talking about moving all over the place. They're like, oh, we're gonna have a downtown baseball stadium, and I'm like, they're like the one team over that has a downtown stadium does good, and but they had a downtown stadium and then they built downtown around it. I feel like, and trying to put a stadium in a already existing downtown just doesn't seem like a good idea to me. All right. I think as long as my GPS doesn't refresh and say, "Hey, there's a faster route," I think I'm going to make it to where I want to go. Added 6 minutes to my route, but that's okay. Donald Trump has got in. He has signed a bunch of executive orders. Not sure what they are. Not sure what they do. Haven't really. I don't know. There's a lot of shit going on. I don't know. A lot of boring ass videos. I mean, there was like the presidential ball or whatever, and I watched that for about 10 minutes, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? it's a it's a presidential ball. There's a bunch of bands playing. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch bands. Like, well, they worked all year to get ready for this performance. I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to watch this. I want to change the channel is what I want to do. I want to hear somebody talking of, lay it out. What the fuck has happened? Let me know. And there's probably somebody out there, but I've really been, I don't know, the podcasts that I thought the podcast was going to be fucking lit. Like, there's going to be a shitload of podcasts come out, everybody talking, and I don't know. I thought I followed a lot of podcasts that would be good for that, and I don't know. I just don't see much going on. Maybe I'm not, maybe my eyes are closed. I don't know. So I'm hoping today at least something will happen to where a podcast will come out and people will talk. I know Joe Rogan normally would upload on a Tuesday, so I'm waiting on that. He would normally upload on a Tuesday, and since I think he was at the inauguration, so I would imagine he's got somebody on to talk about it and give me the scoop. Because I don't know. He got Biden apparently 22 minutes before. Well, it was before that, but up to 22 minutes before he had to leave the Oval Office and not come back ever, unless he's invited or whatever. He signed another shitload of pardons for his family. Like, he pardoned everybody he could for nonviolent stuff. So as long as you're not punching somebody in the face, you can get away with it. Money crimes, insurance scams, whatever. I don't even know what they are, but I thought that was really interesting that he pardoned so many people for all different kinds of stuff. I mean, they're nonviolent, so that's okay. All right, but it's like, okay, and they're preemptive pardons, so it's like, all right. I don't know how pardons work. I guess I don't know. But it's like, all right, now they all have preemptive pardons, so now they can go do insider trading now, and they're like, oh, I have a pardon for that, so yeah, I'm okay. Now I can just do it out in the open. Nobody can stop me. Thought that was really interesting. Um, Whatever. It's not my deal. What else is going on? Um, it's cold. I know it's cold. I wish it wasn't so cold because I really need to go out, and I don't even want to fucking touch my trucks right now with how cold it is. I don't want to open the hood and try to fill up fluids and try to get them to fire up and possibly have to pull out some. Oh shit! This is a no truck route. This is a no truck route. I wonder how serious of a no truck route this is. Well, I turned on here. Will you give me a place to turn around? I got nowhere to turn around. There's another no truck sign. Alright. How do I turn around here? Should I have turned there? Fuck me. Fuck me running. Alright, well, hopefully there's a place I can turn around. If not, I guess I just have to run the no truck route for a while. There's a park. I don't think I can turn around in there. Let's just hope I don't see a Smoky around here, I guess. I don't know. It's not much I can fucking do. Um, Whoopsies. There's another no truck route sign. Fuck. All right. Well, I'll get off of it if I have a fucking. It's a no truck route, and there's a turn that's a no truck route, and there's another turn that's a no truck route. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, guys. There's still a car behind me. I wonder why this is a no truck route. Please don't be a trooper come over the hill. I don't know why this is a no truck route because it's a pretty big open road. There's nothing showing me that I can't be here. I haven't been over any bridges or anything yet. Power lines are up nice and high. There's farms out here. I don't know how. There's a bus in front of me. No trucks turn right, and no trucks go straight. $200 fine. $200 fine. Okay. Well, son of a bitch. I guess I'm going to get a $200 fine if I get stopped. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of these new SUVs look like they could be DOT, and you're like, fuck! Oh, never mind, that's a Chevy. They don't use Chevy very much anymore. I don't know what to do here if I'm on a no truck route and there's nowhere to turn around. And I didn't know I was on a no truck route till I got in here. So, sorry. What's it say? It says, buckle up. It says no engine braking. That's weird to have a no engine braking on a truck route or on a no truck route. Isn't that kind of weird? But I'm in a new city now, and I haven't seen any no truck routes. It just passed the city limit sign, and there's no. Oh, there it is, right there. Well, all right. You're saying no trucks this way. There's nothing I can do. There's nowhere I can go. I have to continue to go this way. $200 fine. Here I come. That's gonna suck if I get it. Every road that I look at has got a $200 fine. So I guess I don't know. They're pretty serious about no trucks coming down this road, but What if I take a turn? I'm still going to be on a no truck route. I might as well go the way I'm trying to go. Whoops-a-daisy. It's my bad. My bad. Sorry to all the people that live here that just cannot stand a truck driving down the road. Because you know that's what it is. It's people that live here don't want trucks to be driving through here. All right, I'm going to turn here. This is a road I recognize. I recognize this road, and I believe I've driven trucks on it. Mm-mm-mm. All right, well, hey, I'm going to pause this, and hopefully everything ends up fine. If it doesn't, I'll let you know. Okay, we got loaded. Just got loaded. It's 9:30 now, so took an hour to get loaded. Nothing too bad. I got here, but I'll tell you what. There's a truck stop on the corner here, and it's on a no truck route, which is, I don't know. I feel like kind of entrapment. Most of the roads out here have a big sign on them that says no trucks, which is just ridiculous when there's a truck stop and warehouses over here. Makes no sense to me. But whatever. Yeah, because I turned on another no truck route. It's the only way to get to where I'm trying to go here. So whatever, guys. Whatever. So yeah, we're headed out. The lady was nice. Um, and I'm fully loaded with pallets, double stacked of just shit. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck is in these boxes. You better stop, fella. Yeah, so, and I'm not gonna try to go any fucking special way out of here. I'm just gonna go out and get on the highway. I thought there was like an easier way to get here earlier, but apparently I was wrong, because that was not easy to get here. I mean, it was easy to get here, but all the no truck signs were freaking me out. But I'm thinking now, they got all these signs up, but I saw trucks driving on all these roads. So I don't know. And I passed a cop right at one of the no truck signs. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. They just if it's kind of slow, I guess, out here, they'll just start pulling over trucks. Because I don't know. It seems like most anywhere you're at out here is a fucking no truck route, unless you're on the highway. There's another truck stop, and these are all on a no truck route. This is this whole where the warehouses are, and these two trucks. There's a sign that says no trucks, left turn. Don't know what that's all about. But we're going to get the fuck out of here, go get offloaded. Here comes a trooper right now. He's going to the truck stop to go, I don't know, harass somebody maybe? I don't fucking know. These lanes are pretty thin over here, though. That is not too excited about thin lanes and shit. I think I can go. Right on red. My glove is getting pretty full. I got 3 out of the 5 fingers are full of fucking chew spit. It's so gross. Yeah, and well, the one thing that I'm not happy about is that I got to go to the landfill, and I'm not offloading into the pit. It's never a good time. I was at this landfill yesterday with a roll-off box, and it's all frozen and rutted up really bad. So this is not going to be a fun time. I can already tell. This is going to be a bad time is what it's going to be. The guy that has been running this truck, he said that he's been doing it, and he can get offloaded in like 40 minutes. I'm just like, yeah, I don't. Hopefully he's right, and everything works out well. I know pallets are gonna get stuck on this fucking thing, and I'm gonna be down at the bottom. But whatever. He's been doing it. I can do it. We'll get it done. They did say that they only had about 4 loads left, but I don't think I'm going to get much more than 2 loads off today. I don't think that's going to happen. So I might come get another load and then just take it back to the shop so he can start fresh tomorrow. Not sure. But I haven't talked to the project manager yet. I'm probably going to call him a little bit later on to just kind of explain to him, I didn't know exactly what this job was. I mean, I knew what this job was, but I got a slow start this morning. I started at 7. I didn't know I needed to start any earlier than that. They took over an hour. No, not over an hour. Right at an hour to get me loaded. And I'm probably going to have issues getting offloaded. So, hopefully he'll be like, all right, I understand. It's okay. No problems. Because they got to come out here again anyways. Because they got 3.5, 4.5, something like that loads left. And no matter what I do, there's still going to be at least half a load, possibly a load and a half left. There's no way to get over 3 of these done in a day. So they got to come back tomorrow no matter what. And if they only have 2, roughly 2 loads tomorrow, then that'll be a full day for somebody to do. I'm going to get 2 done and call it good. I just wonder if they're going to want me to come back out here and get loaded and leave it at the shop. I don't want to do that. You never know. The walking floor trailer, it's not really an emergency type of vehicle. So there's not really much that's going to pop up today or tomorrow or overnight that they're going to need a walking floor trailer. So getting it loaded shouldn't be a problem, but I'd really like to make it to the karate deal. Especially since the parents only get to see the first one and the last one. I'd like to see it. But yeah, still waiting. There's no podcasts. No podcasts have been put up today except for my own. And I'm not going to listen to my own shit. So kind of waiting on that stuff to go through. So it's been snowy out. And I think we got another big snowstorm headed our way. And man, I've had a lot of fun in the snow. I've grown up out here. We've had snow almost every single year up until really recently. We've had a decent snow every single winter. And I've done a lot of sledding. I've done a lot of driving around in snow. But one that really stands out to me was there was one snow in particular that I was out. I had a lot of fun. I was 16. and I had my green 1996 K1500 Silverado. It was actually a Cheyenne because it didn't have the right trim, but I don't know. I think it even had Cheyenne badges on it, but it was a four-wheel drive, not a Z71, but it did have the 5.7 liter Vortec, the 350 Vortec in it. So it's a good truck. I remember drifting with it. I took it out with my buddies, and we were all just drifting around like this big neighborhood and stuff. And I had one of my other friends with me, Zach, and he had I think a Ford Tempo, so he didn't really have a great vehicle. So he was riding around with me because he couldn't get around. And we come into this neighborhood, and it's a neighborhood being built. Does that say open or does that say closed for the scale? I can't really read it. I can't read that. Okay, I love that. It's green, but it says closed. Why can't you just put it red? Can you make it red, please? That has nothing to do with the route that I took earlier. I don't even know why you would even suggest that there being a scale on the highway would have anything to do with me taking a different route there. It would just seem like an easier way to get there. Anyways, I'm driving in the truck, and I got my buddy with me. I have a CB radio. I screwed it to the dash. It was dumb. Everybody had CB radios. All my friends did. I hated them then, and I still hate them now. But we come into this neighborhood, and I'm just drifting, having a great time. But we're going a little bit too fast down this hill, and I got to turn right. And as I turn right, and I floor it, because the truck, you can turn right, but it's not really going to be turning right. But if you're in four-wheel drive and you floor it and turn right, it's going to spin the truck so you can turn that way. But I slid, and I landed perfectly, front and rear tire on the driver's side, went right up against the curb, and the truck almost, I don't know, it threw my alignment out like fucking hell. I'm surprised that the axles didn't, get popped out from underneath the truck, or bend a rim, or bend an axle, or blow a tire, or roll the truck. Something bad really should have happened, and the truck went up on two wheels. Like, I hit the fucking deal, and the truck went up on two wheels, and I wasn't fat at the time, but my buddy was really fat, and I probably still is. I haven't talked to him in a long time. His fat ass, not wearing a seatbelt, comes and fucking lands on top of me on the driver's side. Like, so I hit the fucking curb, tilt up, and he just got slingshotted right on top of me, and his fat ass leg fucking knocked off my CB radio. And all I know is that I took that truck in shortly after that to have new tires put on. Or no, I tried to rotate my tires or something in my driveway, and I couldn't. I gave it as much fucking strength as I possibly could. I had buddies come over and try to help me. Could not get those lugs off because I think I twisted or bent something. Something wasn't right. I could not get these lugs off. I ended up taking it to a tire shop, and they got it taken care of. But it was that the suspension on that truck was completely replaced. The front suspension, not the rear. The front suspension was completely replaced right after I bought it. I bought it from a dealership, and my dad took it into a repair shop or inspection station, and they inspected it. They said everything's good, and then my dad drove the truck around, drove it to he was like, something's still not right with this truck, so he took it to the I don't know, DOT station, and they'll do inspections there also. And he took it there because he knew that they were going to do a thorough inspection. And my dad read fine print on the truck. It's sold as is, but they still can't sell a truck that doesn't pass inspection. They can't sell any vehicle, and there's lemon laws or whatever over that. Something like that. So he took it to an actual inspection station, and the front end of this truck was about to fall the fuck off. So he had it towed from there back to the same shop that passed it. Don't know why he decided to go back to the same fucking shop. I think just to prove a point. And he took it in there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this already passed inspection." And he said, "Can you lift it, put it on the lift real quick, and just check it out one more time?" So they did, and then they said it's good again. And he went back in there and was like, "It's actually not good." And he grabbed the front wheel, and it was the whole front end of the suspension was just worn the fuck out. Ball joints, U joints, well, not yeah, well, probably U joint, but that doesn't really have anything to do with suspension. Ball joints and tie rod ends and knuckle bearings and all that shit was all fucking bad. So he called up the dealership and was like, "Hey, this thing didn't pass inspection. You guys got to pay for all this or take the truck back." And I was just like, I want this truck. This is my truck. I want this truck. I picked this one out. There was actually another truck at that specific dealership that I was looking at. It had a 454. It was lifted, not on wheels and tires. It just had stocks on it, but it was lifted. Looked like it had been rode hard and put the fuck away wet. And they took the nice wheels and tires off it, threw some stockies on it, and sold it or traded it in to this dealership or whatever. But I really wanted that. I was like 454 lifted, 4-wheel drive I think it was a Z71. My dad was like, "No, this one's nice," because it was. It was my green 96. It was completely straight except for what was hidden. I didn't find until later on. But it was straight, rust-free, drove, ran good, but it needed suspension work done. And I got brand new suspension. The first fucking thing I do is take it out in the snow and ram it into a fucking curb and throw the suspension all out of alignment and everything. And then I'm over there torquing on the fucking torsion bars and shit with my buddies. They're just saying, "Yeah, you just torque up your torsion bars and it'll lift up your front end." So I'm doing that, and everything's out of alignment in the front. It's bad. Also, I hit a curb really hard. There was a new intersection built, and it was dark out, and I took a corner, and I ended up on the wrong side of the road. And me, as a dumb kid, I just turned straight into the curb, the median curb or whatever, and jumped the fucking curb. It was not good. I don't know how I didn't have blowouts on that truck. But I was a 16-year-old kid. I drove the shit out of that fucking truck, and it still ran and drove, mediocrely. And I did have it realigned at one point in time. I had a buddy that worked at Cadillac as a tech, and he's like, "Yeah, bring it in. I'll put it on the alignment machine for free." So I did. Okay, this little white car decided to change into my lane as I was wanting to change lanes. And I speed up and they speed up. Get the fuck out of the way, you old motherfucker. I gotta go west. So yeah, that truck, it went through quite a bit. I had a roll bar in it for a little while. It did not fit right. It was halfway bolted in. I did have a bull bar on the front that I had bought, way overpaid for it. And I thought it was actually, like, when I put it on, I realized this thing is not structural at all. This is just to look kind of cool and to hold some lights. It was nothing special at all. I got it. I did my own tinting on that truck. Put a brow and put Silverado across the top. which was dumb. But there was a couple other kids that I went to high school with that after I put put a brow sticker and Silverado on it, other kids started to do that too, and it was kind of annoying. But whatever. I ended up ripping the Silverado off, but it had been on there for too long that you could still read Silverado across the top of the windshield. That truck, yeah, it got damaged a couple of times. I got hit by a deer. I was driving, and deer were, I don't know, I guess a herd of deer were running across the road. No, I didn't hit any of them, but one of them ran right into the bedside of my truck, put a big old dent in it, but it popped out pretty easy. And then my buddy's girlfriend, my Florida boy buddy, his girlfriend's dad, we were going to go on a vacation, so I stayed the night over at their house. And my girlfriend was her best friend, so we were all staying the night over there because we were going to leave early in the morning to go to the lake or whatever. And her dad had to go to work in the morning. He was going to meet us out at the lake. And when he backed up out of the driveway, and I was parked right across the street from the driveway because there was nowhere else to park, he backed with a Mazda 6 right into my truck and put a big old fucking dent on the driver's side. It was in the same spot where the deer had hit me, but you couldn't even tell there was a dent there after I popped it out from the deer. I don't know how, but the deer didn't do any real damage. But then that after that hit, that was really bad. But I was able to pop it back out. He paid. We did I was like, I can send it to insurance or you can pay. And because I loved my fucking truck. And I really didn't do much damage to it other than, hitting shit with the fucking wheels and tires. But as of body damage, nothing was ever done to it other than the deer and that guy that hit me. So I took it to a couple of body shops, and they wanted to paint the whole bedside and do all kinds of stuff. So they quoted it kind of high, and I took those quotes to him, and he just paid the lowest one. And I took the money and fucking ran. I popped the dent back out and called it good. Yeah, I took a little bit of advantage of him, but me and my buddy's girlfriend's dad, I don't know why, but me and him did not get along at all for a very long time. I just did not like him. He didn't like me. I didn't like him. He was Air Force. So he had a bit of a demeanor to him. I respect people in the military and everything, obviously. But I was like, you're a fucking dick for no reason. You hit my fucking car. And he screamed at me for parking the truck there, like where it got hit. He was screaming at me about it. I'm like, the fuck are you talking? You're mad at yourself, you fucking asshole. It's like, you can't admit to doing anything wrong ever in your life, can you? Like, what the fuck, man? But nowadays, I look back and I was also a really fucking insensitive piece of shit kid. Because I didn't realize how high up and how much fucking shit he did for the military. Like, I don't know. Not that really has anything to affect on how you treat people in day to day, but he probably was stressed out to the fucking gills every day, all day long, and then this happens and he just kind of lost his cool. I've done that. I've lost my cool on people that didn't deserve it. Don't feel good about it, and usually I'll try to go back and apologize. I never went back to apologize to him, but it's like he forgot. Because now, like, after my buddy and his daughter, they got married, went to the wedding, and he's been really cool with me ever since. And so it's like he totally forgot about that whole incident, but it was a long time ago. I guess it probably didn't really even pop up on his radar, as a little Air Force joke there. Uh, didn't even remember it. He's got so much else going on, he doesn't even remember screaming at some kid in his driveway. Because we went down to Florida, and that's why my buddy moved to Florida, is because his wife's parents live down there, and so we spent a lot of time with them. And I don't know, I'm still a little weary around him. I'm like, does this guy really not remember me being a fucking dumbass kid and how mad I was at him and how mad he was at me? And I don't know. But anyways, that truck, I got a set of tires out of my same Florida boy buddy, his dad's house up in up near Chillicothe. One of his uncles had a barn that had a bunch of tires in it, and I found a set of tires that seemed okay. I mean, they were all gravel chewed up really bad, like they were severely worn odd. But I was like, they look cool, so I put them on, and they were the loudest fucking tires in the world. Like it was deafening just to drive it down the road. Like not counting my exhaust that was chopped off. It was just wah 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 everywhere you drove. It sounded like a goddamn tank going, 100 miles an hour. It was bad. But those tires were so grippy. Since the tread was all uneven and really, kind of weird, I got that truck, when I had those tires on it, I never got it stuck in the snow. And I put them on right before winter, I believe. And man, I got that thing stuck all the way down into a ditch, like an icy ditch. The snow was so bad one of those years. And I got it down into a ditch, and I, tried to power out of it, but I couldn't. So I put it in reverse, and I don't know if, you would have thought I dug a hole and I was going to be stuck there. And I was working at the steel yard at the time, and I was right down the road from the steel yard. I wasn't working that day, but I was going to go unlock the gate and grab some machinery from there so I could pull my truck out. And I did. I walked all the way down there. And my boss at the steel yard, I didn't work there very long. He was like, absolutely fucking not. You are not taking any of our equipment out onto the road to go get your truck that's stuck. You need to call a tow truck or something. And so, and I didn't, I worked for that steel yard, and I didn't make a lot of money. So I just rocked her back and forth, and I got her right the fuck out. It was kind of amazing how I got it out of that hole. But what else did I do with that truck? I jumped the railroad tracks. Every fucking car I have, I end up jumping railroad tracks. Don't know why. It's not a smart deal, but that truck was just, it was a race truck. It was a Baja truck. It was a fucking mud truck. It was a everything truck to me. I mean, obviously it was just a stock K1500, nothing special about it. But, for a 16-year-old, that was fucking awesome. And then I even, there was a kid at school. I was picking up a girl from a rich neighborhood, and I called her. She was, I don't know, somebody complimented my truck, and I still remember it to this day. Well, I don't know if it was a compliment, but it was like, what's he driving? And she's like, the green truck. And then he looks outside, and he's like, that big fucking truck? I was like, damn. And it still sticks with me that to this day, because I was like, I didn't think my truck was even all that big, because I had buddies that had lifted trucks and shit. But it was a full-size truck, and now I got the 92. And the 92 is the same exact truck, basically, on the exterior. It's the same exact truck, other than the grill. But it does not feel big, and especially nowadays, these days, the new Silverados that are coming out are fucking giant compared to that 92. or 90s Chevy. They're not. They don't seem big at all when you're getting these newer trucks. And the new Colorados that are coming out, an S10 is like, yeah, that's a small truck. But the new Colorados that would probably qualify as replacing the S10 are bigger than my fucking full size truck. They're giant. I've seen them running around. I'm like, is that a new Silverado that I haven't seen, or what the fuck is going on with that? And it's like, oh no, that's a Colorado or a Canyon or something. I'm like, what the fuck? Those are giant. I don't know much about new vehicles, but I always said if I was going to get a newer vehicle, like I would get a Colorado, but I'm not going to get a newer vehicle. I'm not going to do that. It's a lot of money for a lot of headache when I could get a lot of headache for less money with my fucking old rusty pieces of shit. And I'd you're putting money into a classic, something you can enjoy. All right, made it to the landfill. I'm not going on the other side. There's a Colorado right there, but that's the first gen Colorado. I don't like the headlight situation on those. All right, gotta hop out. Gotta grab my hard hat, my vest, my paperwork. Which one is it? And I'm gonna go ahead and pause it. All right, I believe this is gonna be the last little segment here. Offloading went well. Got there, got offloaded. They moved me from where the other people were dumping their trash. I had to move me. And I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But whenever I opened up that back door, I was greeted with a surprise. He's got the pallets double stacked in my trailer. That's how he loaded them. And one of them fell over during transit between the landfill and there. So I opened up the door and fucking big ass pallet, probably about 4.5 foot tall, 4 foot wide, 4 foot deep pallet of whatever the fuck falls out. Luckily, I was able to get out of the way, and it had a pallet come down with it too. But it landed, and I was like, that doesn't seem very heavy. And I was not even sure what the fuck I'm hauling. I don't even know. I have no idea. But it falls out, and it says DTS PRTZ or some shit like that. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means. I was trying to look at it, but I was like, whatever. And then I look up, and whenever it fell out, there's one behind it. Dots Pretzels. Mm-hmm. They are Dots Pretzels. I don't know if you guys know what Dots Pretzels are, but they are fucking delicious. And I mean, the guy that's been running this run or doing this route, he's done it every single day for the last 2 or 3 weeks. 3 loads a day, full of Dots Pretzels to the landfill. They're old pretzels is what they are. I don't know. Either they're expired. I didn't look, but they're either expired or they will be expired too soon to take them to stores and put them on shelves and shit. So, I mean, Dots Pretzels, holy shit. That's a fuckload of pretzels. That is so many pretzels. But the birds are loving it. The birds are like, they can see you pull in there, and they're all just like hanging out on top of your truck watching these pallets fall out. And they're like, can you please break open some of these pretzels for us? Because we want to eat them. So, yeah, almost got hit by a fucking pallet of pretzels, but it fell out. it fell right behind my truck, and I wasn't backed up all the way yet, so I had to roll the pallet. Luckily, they're pretzels, so they're not very heavy. Kind of heavy, but not that heavy that I could just roll it out of the way. And then I backed up, and everything, all but 3 pallets, or well, 6 pallets, but they're double stacked, so 3 stacks did not come out. But I was able to get it to do the fast shuffle deal or whatever, and I was able to get 2 of them to come out. But there was that third stack that just did not want to fucking move, so I had to pull forward and hop in there and knock it over and kick them out. Uh, got them offloaded pretty easy, and hit the road. Came back down this way. I stopped off at the Quick Trip truck stop right here next to where I'm picking up, and so I pull into the fuel island. There's open bays, but I just pull behind somebody that's already waiting because I just want to run. I don't want to have to walk very far. It's really fucking cold outside. I'm just gonna run in for like 2 minutes. So I park there, and I'm like, okay, I just need to grab my phone and my wallet. I always have my phone and my wallet with me, but I never have them in my pockets. I always have them in my work bag here. But I freaked the fuck out. I thought I left my wallet at home, but I ran through my checklist, so I was like, I had to have brought it with me. Maybe I left it in my car or something, and I'm wearing a hoodie and a coat. So I was checking I was freaking the fuck out, but luckily my wallet, it was in my work bag. It had fallen out of my work bag, so it was on the floorboard, but I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, oh shit. If I left my wallet at home, like, this is not good. I am not moving this motherfucking truck until I have my wallet, which is really gonna fucking suck. But luckily I had it. And we just had a guy the other day, one of these young kids, fucking, I think I talked about it on the pod. He showed up to work, and he's like, oh, I forgot my wallet. Guess I can't drive today. Good thing I'm not doing anything. And he's like, what are you talking about? You're not doing anything. Like, we have a lot of stuff going on. Plus, whether you're in the emergency department or not, like, you never know what the fuck is going to happen or where you're going to need to go throughout the day. You know, every single day for a month, you can go home every night or it's not likely, but you might not have to drive very often. You might be doing tech work or cleaning the shop or whatever. But you never know. So you have to have your fucking wallet with you. And that guy, that was part of the Monday meeting yesterday. That was a big deal. Like, that sparked a big conversation about the bosses not yelling, but, explaining to everybody at work because of this one fucking kid that left his wallet at home. That you need to come ready to work. If you don't have what you need to go get it. And you drove all the way here with no wallet, you got to drive all the way back home with no wallet and get that fucking wallet and come back. He's like, I couldn't find it. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. He was making up all kinds of excuses. I almost always know where my wallet is. I mean, I should know where it is at 100% of the time, but my work bag, sometimes I have stuff for the kids in there, and so it gets home and it gets opened up, and I've given them. They each have one of my old wallets that they run around with, and I have like old name badges and little cards and old used gift cards and stuff. I let them have my old wallets and stuff, but I mean, it did happen once where they got my wallet out and pulled everything out of my wallet and had it all over the kitchen floor, and then they got sidetracked and ran off, did some other stuff, and I was like, okay. So I gave them each a wallet of their own, and filled it up so they can. I'm like, don't fuck with my shit. This is mine. This is all mine. There ain't. I mean, sometimes I have stuff for them in my bag, so they always want me to open it up and they want to look through it, which I don't really have a problem with it, but You never know. That's why I have to do my checklist every single day. Phone, keys, shoe, wallet, knife, hat, glasses, headphones, coffee, lunch. Got to run through my checklist, and the last 3 or 4 of those things. Sometimes I don't go through those, but which that's happened a lot. Where I'll make a fucking cup of coffee, and I'll get in the car, and I'll, start driving down the road, and I'm like, I left my fucking coffee at home. This is gonna be a bad day. But no, luckily I had my wallet with me because I've been spitting in this fucking rubber glove all day. I needed to go inside and grab some sort of a drink or something, so I went in and grabbed me a large coffee, grabbed me a vitamin water. I think that's 50 cent deal. Not that's not how much it costs, but I think 50 cent the wrapper is a vitamin water guy. Vitamin water is fucking delicious. It's so fucking good. The Power Seed, Triple X, and then this one right here. What's this one called? Kiwi Strawberry. Fucking delicious. But and of course, where they have the vitamin waters in the Quick Trip is right next to where they have all the pizzas, and I failed miserably. I grabbed 2 slices of pizza. I did the nice little shake test on them. I got a perfect. I mean, they weren't the best Quick Trip pizzas I've ever had, but they were pretty fucking good. And then I headed on down the road and got to my place, got checked in, same door, same everything. Go over there, sign the paperwork, back into the hole, and I'm sitting there, and it's 12:30 now, and I've been waiting. I hate to act so desperate, but I'm like, come on, Joe Rogan, post up that fucking episode. I'm waiting for this episode to come out because I know he's got one. I know he's doing something, but you never know. He might be out traveling. He's like, I just won't do one today. It'll be all right. But I mean, he's leaving his fans out here, fucking like, come on, man. I need to I want to hear some stuff. Luckily, Dave Smith posted something. He's got a podcast. It's called Part of the Problem. I really like listening to him. Um, he's got, I don't know, some of these co-hosts though. I'm not a big fan of many co-hosts. I listen to one podcast to listen to one person, and they got this co-host that thinks they're on the same level as the host, and I don't know. So he's got a co-host, but he was off on this one, so I was able to listen to it and enjoy it for the most part. Just talking about things that they're doing. But he's a good. Dave Smith is really a good guy to listen to. I haven't really heard too many complaints about him from people, which is kind of weird. You'll hear people, dissing Tucker Carlson, dissing what's his name, the other guy. Fuck, what's his name? Ben Shapiro. People diss Joe Rogan. Like, everybody's got something they got bad to say about some people, but I haven't really heard too many people be upset with Dave Smith. And Dave Smith is very outgoing and speaks his mind 100% of the time, which is pretty cool. But yeah, he's Jewish, but he's still critical of Israel, which is interesting. That's usually not something that would happen. But he's also, and he voted for Donald Trump, but he's still going to be critical of Donald. He's like, listen, I don't think Donald Trump knows anything about tariffs. That's what he's saying. I'm just here to listen. I'm not here to have an opinion. I just like to listen to others' opinions. Because, I mean, honestly, I'm not doing anything about it, and I'm not the guy doing any research. I'm not a journalist. I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm just a guy outside listening to the fucking shit other people are putting out, and I just, It helps me formulate my own opinions. But Dave Smith is probably one of, if not the best political commentator right now. That's not super far left, super far right, not even mid right, not even mid left. He's right in the fucking middle. He'll talk shit on anybody if they're doing something he don't agree with. So I really like listening to him. Check it out. Part of the problem is his podcast. He was the guy that Joe brought on right after Trump won, because I think Joe Rogan holds him in a high regard. Also, obviously, if that's the person he's going to bring on. But yeah, just having a good time today, listening to that. I really didn't absorb much of it. I still don't even know what the fuck's going on. But things feel different. They feel a little bit different. Feels like the sun's a little bit brighter today. I don't know. But, you know, I'm just a fucking guy in the middle of Missouri, so nothing's really going to change for me, no matter what's going on. But I am a guy that has I'm just so thankful for my wife. I'm thankful for my kids, my dogs, even the ones I lost. Thankful that I was able to give them, I believe, a good life. And then I have some nice things, that I mean, they're not nice to anybody else, but they're really nice to me. My house, it's not a great house. It's not a wonderful house. It's a pretty fucking good house, though. I feel glad to be able to have it, and live there. Coming on over. I gotta get all the way over because the fucking highway's dumb. Nobody's letting me write down the fucking lines here. I gotta go this way. Um, yeah, complaining is never gonna not be a thing for me. Uh, Man, yeah. So the something is fucking banging the fuck out of that trailer. This Today's going well. I called my project manager for this job. I said, "Hey man, I'm probably only going to get 2 runs done today." He's like, "Hey, that's not a problem. No problem at all." I'm like, "Okay." And then I over explained myself. I'm like, "Well, you see, I got a little bit of a late start." He's like, "It's okay. It's okay." I'm like, "Okay." And my son's got karate tonight. He's like, "Hey, you don't have to say anymore. Just do 2. Go home." I'm like, "Okay, just making sure." Because technically, it's it only being 12:30 right now, I could definitely go back and grab another one. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do today. I'm just gonna try to string this on for another 2 hours. I guess I don't know. Because I want to make it till 3. And I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna have to fucking milk anything today. I think I'm gonna end at 3 no matter what I do today, which is good. I need to get 8 hours for today, but I would really appreciate going home and being able to go to that, not have to rush around and still be in my work boots whenever I go to the karate thing. It'd be nice to be able to go home and swap out my socks and my fucking shoes. My pants and stuff, they're not dirty, but I've been walking around landfill today, so don't really like to take my work boots anywhere but work. I really want to get a new pair of slip-on, like, cowboy boots, but I'm not a cowboy, but I like wearing. I don't like wearing shoes. I'm not a big fan of shoes. I'm not a big fan of tying my shoes. I'm not. I don't know. I like slip-on boots. I want to wear some slip-on boots with rubber soles and not the fucking leather soles. I ain't a real cowboy like that. Just slip-on boots, slip-on steel-toe work boots. That's all. I don't know. I feel comfortable in them, but I'd like to have some that aren't covered in landfill grime every day to wear out to a restaurant or something. And it being winter and stuff, I don't like wearing my tennis shoes, getting them all, stepping in the snow and stuff. Um, yeah, it wasn't yesterday. It was the day before yesterday, Sunday night. I don't know when it was, but my daughter came up to me. Can we go pizza store? I'm like, the pizza store? She's like, yeah, pizza store. I want to go pizza store, get candy and a drink. And usually, uh, we just, shoot it down. Say, no, no, we're not doing that. We already had plans for dinner that was coming up in a couple of hours. I felt like, because I don't know, my dad would do that every now and again. You would ask him for things, and, probably 5 out of 4 times, or no, not backwards, 4 out of 5 times, he'd say, nah, 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 nah. But it was quite often you would ask him to do something and he would just drop everything that he's doing and say, yeah, let's go do it. Like, yeah. And it could be it could be a crazy thing. I don't really remember exactly what they were, but it was like, can we go to McDonald's or something? When I was probably my kid's age, 5, 6, 8, 9, whatever. Or, young kid, like, Dad, can we go to this place? And, they would almost always say, no, no, we got things going on, we got this. But every now and again, he'd say, yeah, 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 let's go. That's a good idea. Let's do something. And you would just, drop of a hat. It felt crazy because it was spontaneous. Like nobody had any idea things were going to happen that day. And then all of a sudden, we're all getting in the car and we're going out to this place that you asked to go. And it's just like it made everything so much better whenever you were a kid and it was your idea and you got to go out and do fun things. Now, I'm not saying that what I did was super great or anything, but my daughter, she just runs up to me. She's just so random all the time, and she's just, can we go to the pizza place? Which is Casey's. It's the gas station down the road from our house. It's not expensive. It's not a crazy thing to do. But I've taken her there probably 3 or 4 times, just me and her, where we'll just be driving by and I'll stop in there. I'm like, you want to go in and get a slice of pizza and some candy? Who's going to say no to that? So now that's the pizza place. She wants to go to the pizza place all the fucking time. Not all the time, actually, but she had brought it up the other day to my wife, and she said no. So she brought it up again to me on the weekend, and I was ready to relax. I had worked. It had to have been on Saturday because I had worked that day, and I got home, and I finally got relaxed at home, settled down, ready to relax. And then she comes over, she's like, can we go to pizza place? And I'm like, yep, let's go. And I just, no questions about it. I was like, that's a great idea, Olivia. Let's go. So, and then my son, he's like, what's going on? Where are we going? I was like, we're going to go to the pizza store. He's like, oh. I'm like, all right, see you later, bud. And he's like, but I want to. I'm like, all right, come on, let's go. Put on your shoes and socks. Let's get out of here. And they were so excited. My son, he didn't really realize what the fuck she was talking about, but once, I don't know, their eyes just got so big. They were both back there just, howling, having a good time, excited to go to the gas station. They don't really get to go too many places usually if we do that, it's me and my wife together, and she'll stay in the car, lock the doors with the kids, and I'll just run in and grab whatever, or even vice versa. But it's not too often that the kids get to go places. Well, I mean, we order our groceries and we do online shopping. Uh, so yeah, them getting out is not all that often, and especially right now, and for the last few months, it's been fucking cold. It's been, I mean, even though it's like extra cold today and yesterday, it's been still cold every day. So they're feeling a little cooped up. So I decided to take them there. Got them both a slice of pizza. But I will say, Casey's, you are some bitches, because I said I got my son. He doesn't like pepperoni. It's too spicy for him. He doesn't enjoy it, which is fine. He doesn't have to enjoy everything. Doesn't like pepperoni. He wants cheese pizza, but he wants mushrooms and olives on it. So I lean over there, and I used to work at a Casey's, so I know. I'm like, hey, can you give me like just like a little handful of mushrooms and olives that I can throw on my son's pizza for me? And they told me no. I'm like, you got them. You make fucking sub sandwiches right there. You got mushrooms and olives, right? Well, you'd have to buy a sub. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to do that. Um, and I don't know. They said, oh, well, it's because it's got to be cooked. I'm like, you don't have to cook. The mushrooms and olives that you have right now are ready to eat. Like, you don't have to have anything to fucking. You can just give those to us, and we can. I don't know, but they were. I'm trying to be happy, fun dad right now. I'm not trying to be argue with the pizza maker, at the fucking gas station. So I just said, "Oh, sorry, bud. They won't give it to us. I'm sorry." And so he was a little bit not cool with that, but I still let them get candy for mom, candy for them. I let them pick out me some candy. I'm like, what do you think I want? And let them just get whatever. I don't care. I'll eat anything. But yeah, I had a fun time with the kids there. Sorry, I had to pause there for a little bit. I had to run into the scale house and get scaled in. There's a lady in there named Marie. She's probably 60, late 50s, 60s, something like that. And she's just a fireball. She's short, fat, little old lady in there. She's always smoking, and she just is a fireball. And usually, every time I talk to somebody from my company that's like, oh, I hate going to that bitch at the landfill. I'm like, Marie? They're like, yeah, every time I go there, she's just so fucking mean and nasty. Like, I get so mad. She gets so mad at me, and I get so mad at her, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. I'm like, me and Marie get along wonderful. Like, I talk to her, I usually see her around the hall. I mean, I see her all the fucking time, but today she had a couple people in her line, so I went around to the other line to this other guy, Phil. And Phil, he's a good guy. He knows what he's doing. Me and him get along. I didn't get along with him at the beginning of coming out here. The first year or so I worked here. I don't know. He was always, complaining about what I had going on, and I was always complaining that he didn't know what the fuck I got going on. Anyways, now I'm friendly with both of them. They're always a good time. I don't really talk to Phil. He's just there to do his job. But Marie, she's always a fireball, and she's one that I was having a friendly argument with her, because I pull in there and I have a liquid load, and they say you have to reweigh every liquid load, no matter what. It's in fine print. But if I'm hauling totes in a dry van, I'm like, I don't need to reweigh. And reweighing is a problem because at this particular landfill, there's no scale to weigh out on without doing a big U-turn and waiting in line. Again, it's like, I already waited in line. I don't want to wait in line again. So, and she can save my truck and my trailer weight. I'll have to reweigh once, but she can save my weight. And so next time I come in, yes, it's liquid, it's totes. I don't need to reweigh because you saved it last time. And well, actually, the guy, the Phil dude, that guy, I usually would always go to his side with it because he would actually remember it. She does. She remembers me, but she doesn't ever remember any of the product or anything like that. Anything that you're doing. So one day I pulled in there and she's like, okay, reweigh. And I'm like, hey, I don't have to reweigh. She's like, what are you talking about? It's liquid. I'm like, I know it's liquid, but they're in totes in the back of this dry van. I mean, and they want you to reweigh because a lot of the liquid loads, like all the shit doesn't come off. So they want you to reweigh, which makes no sense to me because they would get paid more. Or not, they wouldn't get paid more, but they're not losing anything by me saying that I'm dumping my entire load and I come out and I actually didn't dump my entire load. They're benefiting. They're receiving less product but the same amount of money for the deal. So I don't know why they want you to reweigh so fucking bad, but they do. But I'm like, hey, this is a drive-in. Everything's coming off. There's no liquid that's going to stay in the truck. They're totes. They're fucking totes. Can you save my weight? And Phil would always save my weight and let me just run in. But once a month, you got to reweigh. Not a big deal. But with her, she would never understand what I'm talking. She's like, what are you talking about? It's liquid. I'm like, I know it's liquid, Marie, but they're in totes. And anyways, she actually came out of the office to, fake play fight with me because none of this is serious. It's just, she's like, what in the hell you talking about? Let me see what the hell you got going on in here. And I show her, and she's like, okay. And there were a couple other drivers, not that I knew, and even an office lady, they were all like, I cannot believe Marie apologized to you, because she did. She's like, I'm sorry, you're right. We'll get it fixed and everything. And they're like, I cannot believe you got Marie to actually say the words, I'm sorry. She's never said that to anybody ever in the history of knowing her. And they're like, what is so special about you? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just super friendly. I like her a lot. We just had a little bit of a disagreement, but I feel that I was right, and I was, and she apologized, and now I don't have to reweigh. And they're like, they were just amazed that that me and Marie are somehow, some way, on the same wavelength, that we can get along and play fight and get things done. Because every other driver, they're like, dude, that bitch is so fucking mean. I fucking hate her. I'm like, whoa, easy. You're talking about my girl there. You're talking about my Maria. She's working at the fucking landfill. Don't be bad-mouthing my Maria. But me, I'm like, you know what? How about, I want everybody to hate her. I want y'all to hate her, so she's got more love to give me. Yeah, she's super nice. She's cool. I like her a lot, but obviously, but it's just so funny that I got her to apologize to me, and everybody was kind of freaked. They're like, what the fuck? Anyways. Oh, what brought that up is I'm over on Phil's side, and I'm, getting things figured out. Just simple business transaction. But I hear her in there screaming and yelling and everything. She's fucking cussing out Phil. And he's like, I have a customer right now. And she's like, who is it? And she leans over and she sees me. And she's like, oh, Kevin, what the hell are you doing here? I'm like, I'm just working. She's like, why didn't you come to my side? I'm like, you never want me to come to your side. She's like, I know. I was just testing you. I'm like, okay. So I got, have you had lunch today? She's like, no, that's what I'm fighting about. She's trying to get him to close his line so he can come over to her line and take care of the rest of the customers so she can go to lunch. I'm like, you need to let her go to lunch, man. She turns into a real goblin if you don't let her eat. So it was just a funny deal. I am currently bouncing around at the landfill. I'm getting ready to back into my spot. So I can start offloading. I gotta back in real far because I'm gonna have to pull far out. Here we go. I am burning myself out of this cab. I'll tell you that right now. The heat is working. The heat is on. Now I gotta be careful. Earlier I backed in, but my trailer axles fell off of like the edge of the packed in ground, and I kind of got a little stuck. So I gotta be careful not to get that far back again. There we go. Now I gotta hop out and go get this door open and feed these birds. And I'm gonna go ahead and end that here. If something crazy comes on, stick around after the end. Maybe I got something extra, but I probably won't. I think everything's gonna be fine. Unless something fucking crazy happens. Other than that, I'm gonna offload this and I'm gonna go the fuck home. So keep all 18 down. Adios. Bye bye.